Okay. CCP, you can stop with all the content drops. I'll come back, I'll do videos. You can stop it now, it's fine. So you take a little bit of a break, a little bit of a backseat, and CCP starts going nuts and releasing tons and tons of potential new content with the upcoming patch on the 8th of November. And not a moment too soon, it would appear. Looking forward to this. Nice change. I do like the expansion style instead of the drip feeding us. I like the build up and the excitement that it causes, and I am looking forward to all the stuff. And we've got the changes to faction warfare. We had the star that exploded yesterday in Turner, and again that kind of narrative driven story arc that's currently going on. Not that that's not my thing, you know, I know a lot of people do enjoy that, and again I think Eve somewhat needs to cater to different styles, play styles, and, you know, expand or broaden its kind of horizon while trying to keep the core of the game as it is, really. So yeah, I want to go into what I've been doing, why and what. Obviously we've just had the Halloween event. Now ordinarily I do release a video at the end of this saying how many billions I've made. This year isn't the case because I was on holiday, so I didn't get to make billions upon billions and billions and billions and billions of ISK, which is somewhat disappointing. But if you cast your mind back, anybody that's watched the channel for a while, war clone blanks, you can buy them, and let's just have a look at the market. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, so do bear with me, bit rusty. And you can see that every year around Halloween time, or exactly at Halloween, just before that, the war clone blanks start dropping from the sites. These go on the market, and obviously people buy them up. Now, to be perfectly honest, I actually think I have a buy order out here somewhere. Yeah, there we go, 2 of them. So a bit hopeful there, getting from 660,000. Let's cancel that order. I don't expect them to be filled anytime soon, and 1.3 billion is back, and we'll get rid of that one which didn't 100% fill. But basically, yeah, these drop. Placed a buy order. I managed to snag 937, somewhere around there, and then basically just relisted them at the end of the event. Friend of Wisdom, thank you very much for buying these. I wonder if you are in Goons. No. Well, basically, you buy these clones and they have to be deposited into a Blood Raider station, which are generally found in Delve. I don't think you get them anywhere else. Now, I ferried them around last year and the year before. One of the reasons was it was a war zone. It was much easier to move stuff around, but obviously the war for Delve is no longer raging, and moving these through a lot of low sec is quite hazardous. Due to people smart bombing and knowing that these will be being moved up to Delve to be sold. So I just put them back on sale at Jitter, and they sold. I made 140 million ISK for pretty much, what, 30 seconds of setting up a buy order and a sell order. So not bad, not good. Again, I would have liked a lot more, but as I said, I wasn't here, I was on holiday. So, you know, you do what you can. I placed the buy orders, but obviously they didn't get filled down there. I think the price was ranging at about 840, as you can see there. So not a biggie, but again, always something to be mindful of when these events drop, that there is always ISK making potential there, and again the Halloween one is always a good one. So, well, what have I been doing over the last 2 months? Well, it's no secret that obviously I did a lot of stuff in Tama. Obviously the Tama station got destroyed, and yeah, it left a little bit of soul searching. I've had to find other areas to do my researching. I've gone to 0-0, oddly enough, to do it. I could get better prices and slightly faster. Now, the nice thing about Tama was it was convenient, it was easy, and it was only 4 jumps from Jitter, which made it ideal. Yes, it was in low sec, in one of the most heavily contested low sec and general systems in the game, but again, with a scout and a little bit of know-how, it's easy enough to get through. But obviously that station is no longer there, and that option no longer exists. I've had quite a few people contact me saying they can use their station, and I very much appreciate that. But again, you know, it's hard to trust people in Eve. So yeah, you know, please don't bombard me with offers, because I generally won't accept them. But I do thank you for the offers. So when the tower station exploded, I decided to set myself a new task, and as some of you know, I've been mining somewhat over the last couple of months for a bit of a change of pace, something else to do instead of abyssal sites, and I mined about 25 billion ISKs worth of moon minerals over the time I've been mining. And I'm a big advocate for choose a part of a supply chain, build it, make it, sell it for profit, and basically when it becomes unprofitable, move on to the next part. So I decided I was going to build myself a jump freighter, something that I don't usually do, and I was going to do the whole process from start to finish. And my goodness gracious, has this been hard work. It's been fun, don't get me wrong, I've had a ball and a blast doing it, but God, has it been arduous. I've had to jump backwards and forwards to high sec numerous times to buy different BPOs, things that I needed, minerals, just bits and bobs, things that I couldn't get here in 0.0. I've had to move stuff from system to system, from station to station. I've had to do gas compression in order to be able to move the gas to be able to build the gas components for some of the items that I've needed. I've had to do obviously the general moon refining. I've had to do the component break, I forgot what it's called, the reactions for the more complex components in different stations. And then I've had to move this stuff into another station so I can build the components, the cap components for the ships. And it has been hard work, and it's taken me roughly 2.5 months, I think, to build this one jump freighter. And yeah, I've enjoyed it a lot, but my God, has it given me a headache sometimes. But just the sheer amount of logistics and trying to work out what I'm missing, and then trying to factor that in, and then trying to find it. Because, for instance, and I'm sure there's an easier way of doing this, but this is just how I do it. So, for instance, if I want to build more of these, I need some more of this. So in order to build that, I need to make sure that I have the underlying stuff. So I need the silicates, but I can't just click on there because it doesn't pull it out, tell me where I've got it. So I need to click on my personal items. I then need to click in there. And that tells me that I've got some of the stuff here, but not some of the other stuff. And yeah, then I've had to build it up. And again, you can see I'm building stuff here. And it's just been an absolute pain. It has been a pain and a pain and a pain. But again, to say that, I have enjoyed it. Trying to do this at scale, I'm sure, would present its own challenges. I am starting to build a second one now. I'm in the process of that. So hopefully, now that I've refined my way of working, it should be a lot quicker. It does take 18 days for the jump freighter itself to build. I've got 8 days left on that build, so not too long, just over a week. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing with my time in general. I haven't really been out mining in that time, just due to the fact that I'd kind of had my fill of mining and it had become a little bit stale. Mining isn't particularly fun, but it does pay pretty well. But when you've got 500 billion ISK, you know, do you need more? Do you want more? And again, it's like, well, yeah. And again, that's why, as I say, I haven't made many videos. I've been playing some other games, and I've been enjoying them a lot. But the games I've been playing, for instance, Dota 2, and I've been playing Diablo 2. So all the twos. And I really, really enjoy these games, but I always feel that there's no general long-term progress being made. So, you know, I'm doing my damnedest to get better at Dota 2. I have a lot of hours stuffed into Dota, and it's a fabulous game, but it's a lot of repetition, and other than just slightly getting better and moving up the league tables, for instance, you don't really accomplish much. And again, Diablo 2, I love that style of game, but after a while it just becomes tedious, and it's like, right, so I'm killing monsters so I can kill monsters faster, so I can get more loot to kill the monsters faster, and so on, where in EVE, every time you make ISK or you do something that pushes your character forward, it's never a loss, it's never a waste, and you can always come back to it. And that's the beauty of EVE, why Eve is such a fantastic game for this, that there is no end game, and you can leave it for 2 months, and here I am, I'm back. I've lost nothing, everything is still here, and the progress I've made, and the progress I continue to make is just enhancing my character further and further. There is no limit. There's no reason as such to stop, or that you feel that you've reached the end, I don't think. Now, I'm sure there is a point where that comes, and again, I've kind of reached it with the ISK that I have, but again, it doesn't always feel like wasted progress, where in Diablo, where I'm grinding for a rune, for instance, and it could take me a couple of hours to get it, or maybe 5 hours, or maybe I don't get it at all, just seems like a waste in the end, because, well, what am I doing it for? What's the reason, and what's the point, and what's the purpose? So I never find that with Eve, and that is why Eve is in. I'm playing it for my 18th year now. So the jump freighter, when I started building it, I think was going to make me about 4 billion ISKs worth of profit by the time I'd finished from start to finish. Whether that's still the case, obviously the price of moon material has been dropping steadily over the last couple of months, so whether that's still the case, who knows? But again, at the end of the day, I didn't necessarily make it to make a profit. I did it more as a project, and if it makes me some ISK, then great stuff. So I hope that was interesting. Again, I am kind of back now. I will be making a lot more videos, and do stick around, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment. I'd like to know what you guys think about the new upcoming expansion and everything that's coming with it, because again, you know, not had an expansion like this in a long time. This one, although it has a lot of bits included, I feel it's more of a cobbled together patch, and I look forward to seeing now that CCP kind of has its wheels in motion, what it will do for its next patch and what it's got up its sleeve. And again, I think other channels have covered this. I remember Brisk talking about it, but Eve has an absolute shed ton of stuff that you can do. And again, I've been playing this game for 18 years, and I still have aspects of the game that I've never touched, and probably never will. They don't necessarily always, you know, appeal to the stuff that I do, but the point is that there is lots of stuff, and new stuff is great and all, but again, tweaking some of the older stuff is as much needed as new stuff. Due to the fact that obviously the more stuff you add over time, the more complex the game gets and the harder it gets for anybody starting. So I would like to see a lot of tweaks, changes, modifications to the older stuff in the game, but we'll have to wait and see. So with that, thanks for your time, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon.